In the heart of Iraq, beneath the unforgiving sun and amidst ancient sands, lies a city soaked in memory, Karbala. But Karbala wasn't always a city. Once, it was nothing more than a barren desert, a lonely stretch of land. Yet in the year 61 Hijri, this very ground became sacred forever. It became the witness of one of the most heartbreaking battles in Islamic history, the Battle of Karbala. The legacy begins. They say the martyrdom of Hussein is not a death. It is the death of Yazid's tyranny. And Islam? It is reborn after every Karbala. It all began when Imam Hussein A.S., the beloved grandson of Prophet Muhammad PBUH, refused to pledge allegiance to a ruler who stood for oppression and corruption, Yazid. Imam Hussein stood not for power, but for principle. He left Medina with his family and companions, heading toward Kufa, called by its people, promised their support. But what awaited him was betrayal. The desert of Karbala. As Hussein's caravan stopped at Karbala, they were surrounded. Yazid's army, over 4,000 strong, cut off all paths, and most cruelly, the water from River Euphrates. Only 72 companions stood with Imam Hussein. Among them were his brothers, sons, nephews, and even infants. For 3 scorching days, they endured hunger, thirst, and the silence of a world that chose not to intervene. But their spirits? Unshaken. The day of Ashura. Then came 10th Muharram, Ashura, the day when swords clashed not just on a battlefield, but within hearts. A battle not just between armies, but between truth and falsehood, courage and cruelty, eternity and oblivion. One by one, Hussein's companions fell. His brother Abbas, the standard-bearer, was martyred while trying to fetch water for children. And finally, Imam Hussein A.S. stood alone, wounded, weary, yet unwavering. He fell, and the ground of Karbala drank his last breath. But with his fall rose a revolution, the shrine and the city. Years later, on the same ground where blood was spilled, a shrine was built. It became a place of pilgrimage, of tears, prayers, and remembrance. Around it, the city of Karbala slowly blossomed. From tents around the shrine to streets, bazaars, and golden domes that pierce the skies today, the old markets echo with chants of Ya Hussein. Every lane leads to the shrine, and every heartbeat that enters the city does so with reverence. The spirit of Muharram. During Muharram, especially on the 9th and 10th, the city transforms. Millions arrive, many walking from Najaf, 80 kilometers away, on what is called the Arbeen Walk. They walk not in pain, but in love. They walk for Hussein. On the 10th, a symbolic tradition unfolds. The people of Karbala run toward the shrine, reenacting the emotional pull of tragedy, as though they've just heard the news of Hussein's martyrdom. The city weeps, but in its tears is strength. The sacred sites. Beside Imam Hussein's tomb stands another, Hazrat Abbas A.S. His shrine bears the symbol of a water bag, mashed, reminding all the courage that walked toward danger just for a sip of water for thirsty children. Between these 2 shrines lies Bain al-Haramain, a sacred walkway where blood once flowed, now flooded with the feet of pilgrims from across the globe. Today's Karbala. Today, Karbala's population touches 1 million. Its streets are lined with history and hospitality. Street food stalls serve warm lentil soup, hummus, and sweet dishes with love. The people? Gracious, educated, and devoted. The city's GDP surpasses $12 billion, with 70% from religious tourism. 5-star hotels stand, but none as grand as the golden dome that crowns Hussein's shrine. Epilogue: they tried to silence him with swords, but the echo of Hussein's sacrifice still roars across time. Yazid may have taken his life, but not his truth, not his legacy. Because after every Karbala, Islam lives on, stronger, prouder, eternal. May we all carry a piece of Karbala within us, and may our faith be as unshakable as Hussein's. Ameen.